like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that?
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football.
All right, Coach, it's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Cleveland Browns. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They will be led out by their two-time Super Bowl winning quarterback. Now in his 16th season, the veteran Ben Roethlisberger.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Melvin Gordon, the two-time Pro Bowler. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger to Thompson on the screen. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
A look at the numbers a week ago for Lindsey. Very, very strong. Well over 100 yards.
He should get the ball early and often here, too. I mean, when you ride the performance of last week into this game, his confidence level has to be off the charts. Go ahead and keep feeding him.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him. Especially on those deep passes.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. One play has them up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. Credit the tackle that time to the Sean Hand.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, it's Gordon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's a give to Lindsey. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and it's 3rd down. And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
3rd and long, it's Ryan. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, 1st quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Like 80!
2nd and 5 now. Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Now Gordon on 1st down. Tracy Walker in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the 1st.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. And a week ago, as you get a look at the numbers, well over 100 yards, he was on fire.
He was on fire. Obviously, the offensive line was on fire. All the guys who were trying to assist him. But you know who else was? The play caller. Because his ego totally got out of the way. And he kept calling the plays that were working over and over. And they really didn't stop him.
Now the challenge, can they duplicate it? They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Ryan. Forced out to his left. And this one caught by Cameron Brain. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 15 yards that time and a Buffalo first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Ryan to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Ryan. Buying time to his left. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. They go back to the ground now with Lindsay. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Let's go!
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the 1st quarter. We're scoreless after 1. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run the toss. It's Lindsay. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 3rd down, Ryan steps away. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, Are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Caught by Cobb. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. A toss play, Gordon. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Browns on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
This is fielded at the 7. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again on offense, we get a peek at Julio Jones now. 2nd quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part, but they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson, and it's 2nd down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Roethlisberger. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. On first down, Ryan. This one into the hands of Hurd. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Complete to Washington. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Gordon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. He hasn't had his usual star-studded performance so far, but still the 2nd quarter, and they're still up on the scoreboard.
And sometimes even as a decoy, you can have a big impact on the game, and that's what we've seen thus far. They're still able to get it done. They found other ways. They haven't had to utilize him as a top priority just yet, but you know he's waiting and available.
Yeah, now the question is, how will they utilize him here? 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Ryan. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Lindsay. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They go play action with Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devon Kennard. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Well, that takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. That's complete to Cobb. 7 yards there and a 1st down. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Caught left side by Cobb. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Roethlisberger. That's complete, and once again, it's Cobb. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now it's Roethlisberger. This is Cobb with a catch right side. 25 yards that time.
Let's go.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball. Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Mike. 230. Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defense...
And this is going to be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Now Ryan. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Lindsey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 45 on 2nd down, Ryan. And Brait, the tight end's got it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A first down there on a pickup of 25. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. Got a man, it's Brown. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. But it's brought in by Washington. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. They'll run on first down. It's Thompson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Roethlisberger on target to Washington. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 23. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Roethlisberger will throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through. Let's go.
Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Complete, he finds Bray. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 3rd down gain of 19. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll go again with Lindsey. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Browns drive about to get started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. A quick throw complete to Washington. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. He's got Thompson here, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now this throw complete to Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To Thompson on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And he's got Miller. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 14. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's up to 7 for 7 now on this drive alone. Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with an extra point.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do. This
one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, it's Lenzen, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Ryan, catch is made by Hurd. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Hunter Renfrow, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills have taken the lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good.
First and goal, forget running the football, forget establishing anything. Just put it in the end zone with the pass for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's the definition of catching the defense off guard there. They weren't expecting that.
And that totally goes against type, doesn't it? When you think first and goal from the 1, you're thinking running play.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustment.
4 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
To throw here, Roethlisberger completes it to Benjamin. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Now Roethlisberger, and the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey, and he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They'll run on first down. Lindsey. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
From the 36, Ryan. This one into the hands of Hurd. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 21. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a first and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On first down, it's Lindsey. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Another run by Lindsey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
Ready, get ready. 25. 54. You.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 7 consonants, 1 vowel. Here's Juszczyk. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Watch the edge. Hey, watch the edge.
Now the fullback, Juszczyk. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Kyle Juszczyk, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
So Ben Roethlisberger and the offense down by 2 touchdowns. A little under 40 seconds to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Roethlisberger. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end.
Here we go.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. Washington's got it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the